Welcome back to Networking in the 417. My name's Trina.
And I'm Michelle.
And please, if you notice that you cannot hear anything, message Michelle.
Yeah. It's hard for us sometimes to see it on the comments because they don't always appear quickly.
Yes. So please let us know if you cannot hear anything. Type it in the comments. Go ahead and message one of us and we will work on that as soon as possible.
Because our last one was really
excellent.
good.
We had this great conversation.
We did.
We're all into it.
People in Dina were really interested in what we were saying. You guys just couldn't hear us.
Oh,
Billy says she can hear.
Oh, good. That's Billy with Mountain Pine Studios. Love Billy. Billy's got she's already taking fall scheduling for photos, for senior pictures, for all those fall things. So if you are thinking about getting pictures done, don't wait because
now's the time.
Now's the time to get scheduled. You gotta book those things in advance.
Oh, 100% you do. It's people kind of lose track of time. Like,
yes,
we're coming to the end of July.
I know. It's crazy.
Well, I guess technically we're in the middle of it.
But if you're planning anything,
if you're planning anything, the kids go back to school in like a month.
Yep. I know. I already saw a conversation about it starting in open houses at the end of July, and I'm just like, and I don't even have children going, and it stresses me.
I know.
So I can imagine you guys that are planning.
It was so funny, having the three kids, 2 years, each 2 years apart, and the girls, because of their birthdays, were back to back in school. So I still almost have like a reaction or PTSD to all of that by going, oh my gosh, it's back to school. Oh,
wait, I'm good.
I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and I taught all those years too. So I'm just like, my whole life was revolved around, the summer vacation and Christmas vacation. And now I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
We can hang out at Vino Cellars like we're doing now.
I know.
So
exactly.
We always want to thank them for letting us use the space while we're having this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've not been here when the nightlife is popping, but you said it's great.
It is great. It's such a great vibe. Obviously you guys can't see it now, but if you haven't been here, they've got little conversation pods around the room with cushy chairs and coffee tables. And then they also have tables. And so when you come in here in the evening, especially if there's an entertainer here, the place is pretty crowded and you end up, sitting with people that maybe you don't know and you haven't met and you get to know them. And it's really just a fun place to be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm trying to remember everything that we talked about last time that we wanted to make sure we covered. Now, I know we were talking about all the new chapters. There have been new chapters popping up in ING. We've pretty much got every day of the week covered, I think.
We did.
And some are duplicates. It's great.
That's right. There's one happening every day except Fridays.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Isn't that cool? We have 3 brand new ones that just rolled out in Springfield.
Yep.
So we have the Boundless chapter on Monday afternoons at 1:30. And that is at the Pasta Express on West Republic Road. Mm-hmm. And Wendy Lindy with Lindy Aesthetics is the coordinator. She's amazing. If you have not been by, you need to check out her studio. It's Lindy Aesthetics and Wellness. So she does do aesthetics, waxing, things like that. But she has a vibro acoustic table and she has a red light therapy table.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and I'm just like, I need to try it.
I was just telling you I had a pinched nerve in my hip, and at the time I didn't know that's what it was, but I was just in a lot of pain, and she had me come in and put me on the vibroacoustic table.
Yeah,
it was incredible.
Yeah, and she's a great person to be around. She comes to 1 Million Cups and we talk, and we're both talking about trying to get to each other's chapters and visit. That's what it's all about too. Just, supporting each other and having a great time.
Then we have a new Tuesday morning chapter and, some chick named Trina and Alessandro DeLuca are in charge of that chapter.
Yep. It's called the Agile chapter, and we meet right now. We're meeting at Neighbors Mill on Independence.
Yes.
from 9 to 10:30. So come on by and check it out. It's been a lot of fun. We're really getting to know each other, and we're learning a lot from each other. We're doing little educational spotlights, and
I
it's
love
a
that.
lot of fun. So
well, and it's the Agile chapter, and it's for anybody, but the focus, a lot of the people in your group are people who have very unique businesses.
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome. It's, it's not, there are some people who do the usual things, but they do it in a very unique manner.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Definitely.
So you definitely want to go by and check that out, because, Trina has run its studios, obviously. If you're watching this, you've seen it. So, and then, Alex has a new business.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the name?
Well,
are
you talking about BizBrain?
Yes.
Yes.
BizBrain.
Yes. Which
is a new component to his business.
It's a component of, Prism. Alex, if you're watching, sorry if we said it wrong.
It's Prism. I know.
It's I said charisma, it right. But then you drop the A, and that's hard for me as an American to drop the A off of it. So I want to put an extra consonant vowel in that.
It's almost like it started as an Italian company.
I know. But yes, Alex is working on that. I think it's about to be in beta. BIZZ brain.ai. Check it out. See if you can get on the list so you can try it out. But it's basically starting out as a way for solopreneurs to get help for their business using AI powered but personalized. I know right now, where you turn, you hear AI, you hear ChatGPT, you hear all of the other AIs that are out there, Perplexity, Claude, and try them. Fine, that's great. But if you want something personalized for your business, you're going to want to check this out. Have a sit-down consultation with Alex. He will walk you through it. It's something that is very beneficial for people that don't have a team.
Right.
And a lot of people can't afford a team starting out if you're a small business or if it's just you. Yes. And there are certain things you've got to keep track of. So this is going to be something very valuable to having her tool.
It's amazing. And he is a brilliant marketer. So he knows what businesses need. He knows how to help. And so that's going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So check that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. We
also have another new chapter. It meets at 7:30. Not one of those morning chapters. It means
you gotta get up early to talk to the Lord.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. They are having a 7:30 chapters of the face chapters.
Grace and growth.
Grace and growth.
Grace and growth.
Grace and growth.
And again, another one that is conflicting with my schedule that I can't get to yet.
And that's at Dr. Pertain's office.
Yes. And it looked like they had a good turnout.
It did look like it. They're off to a good start. Yeah. So, exciting things happening in ING. And then, of course, we do have other, Springfield chapters. We have the Rogersville chapter.
Yeah. They recently changed times.
Yes.
They're now are they at 10 or noon? Noon o'clock, I think.
Okay. But you know where you can find out?
You can find out at inspiringnewgrowth.com.
You can. You can. They're all listed on there. So if you want to go check out a chapter, because we also have a Hollister chapter. Yeah. And a Branson chapter.
Yeah. They are popping up.
They are. It's fun to hang with the cool kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody is so supportive of one another. And so
I do love that. You know, watching the chapters grow, because as the education coordinator of ING, I am blessed to be able to help launch chapters and get them out there. And, it's just so fun to watch the growth of the chapter, which leads to the growth of the people and the growth of their businesses. Yeah. And then that just trickles into the community, and it is just amazing.
Yeah, I do love that. And the website's being updated constantly with all the new information. Most of them, they all should have social media. If they're super new, it may be taking a minute to get caught up, but also check that out. Facebook's usually the place to get most of the groups and updates and see the events. But, I do remember too, last time when we were talking, I had some questions that I said I was going to put you on in the hot seat, but you've had time to think about it now, but.
Well, I probably forgot.
Maybe you did. So
this brain.
When it comes to networking, like I was trying to think of things that other people may, have in their heads when they're wondering what to do about networking or how to interact. Or one of the things that I think everybody at some point deals with is following up. So, maybe someone finally got you that connection and you actually exchanged emails with a potential client.
Sure.
Then you don't hear anything. And you think, okay, well, you don't want to be overbearing and turn them off, but at the same time, you want to do your due diligence and make sure you're asking if they need anything or if they have more questions. So at what point, how do you dance that line without feeling pushy, being overbearing, all the things?
Right. So, well, first of all, I always like to mention that if you're worried about being pushy, you're probably not capable of being pushy.
Okay.
Generally, pushy people don't really think about it, so they just do it, right? So there's that. But follow-up is so important because if this is someone that you can help, you have a product or a service and you yourself know that you're the person who can help them, then it is really your responsibility to reach out to them. And there are multiple ways that you can reach out. Don't assume that it's a no or they're not interested because they don't know yet a lot of times that they really need you. They don't know it's a priority. So it's all in how you approach it. But, it's great customer service. So if you call and your first contact is, it was great to meet you, or, so-and-so gave me this information. And I would love to talk to you about it. Give them some dates and times. I think that is something that a lot of people miss out on as they leave it open-ended.
Yes. Yeah.
So, hey, call me when you have an opportunity. You're not their priority.
Yeah. Narrow it down.
That's
for
right.
them. Yeah.
They have a whole list of priorities.
Yes.
So always start by offering them dates and times. Usually about 3.
Okay. That's good.
Dates and times. And then if you've not heard, then you can say, I'm just following up, looking at my calendar, and I'm just following up. Want to make sure if those don't work for you, is there one that does?
Okay.
And it's always, statistically, it can take 5 follow-ups with somebody to
I had heard somewhere
get in.
Like 6 to 7, and that now could be even more that you should follow up.
Yeah.
Because, there's so much noise out there, and like you said, that's not on print.
And you can also remind them what you can do for them.
Okay.
Because, there are days when I meet 30 or 40 people.
Yeah.
And really keeping in my head what each person does or putting a name with that can be challenging because when people leave any sort of meeting, they walk out and life happens, right? They just got 3 phone calls from the office and 2 from their kids and 1 from their spouse and the doctor's office and everything. And so we have this habit of assuming that people don't want to talk to us.
Yeah.
That's really kind of not fair when you think about it. So find ways to follow up with information.
Yeah.
Give them some time to respond.
Okay.
And then you'll get the vibe. If you're really thinking about it and they are not interested, generally they'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's funny. People will take time out of their schedule to tell you that they're not.
Yeah.
But they'll also respond to you and hear what you have to say. So.
Okay, good. My next question, I think this was a little debatable.
Okay.
Okay, but it was how to network when you're not selling anything. And I think you were like, well, you've always got something to sell.
Well, yeah, my theory is that everything is selling, so nothing is selling. Does that make sense? Like when I was still teaching school, I was selling. Think about that for a second. So I'm an English teacher in a rural school district.
I think I know where you're going.
And it was required reading, required teaching to teach Romeo and Juliet. So how do you convince a room full of freshmen to give it a chance? Right?
Right.
They all liked it once we do it, they liked it, but you're always technically selling. You're selling when your spouse or your significant other or your kids say, what should we have for dinner tonight? If there's something you really want, you're going to sell it. Right. So I think selling or sales has a connotation that isn't really accurate.
Okay.
Whether it's a product or a service, you're offering it. Right?
Yeah.
You are explaining your expertise and value and how you can use it to help other people. So I think first of all, you don't worry about it if you're selling, but give me an example of what you might have been thinking about.
So I think a lot of times about maybe people that work for someone else, maybe in the tech industry or something. Okay. And their bosses want them to go out there and just make connections. They're not really wanting them to sell anything, but just get out in the community maybe. Maybe they don't say, I don't have a widget in hand to give you or sell you, but they're going to walk into that room with other people who have all their widgets and maybe feel out of place. So how can they feel a little more comfortable in connecting and, you know,
then I would say that if we're using selling, then you're selling the company itself. If you're out there making the connections, then I would imagine that your job is to tell people why they need you and why they need you in that particular company.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I think it's really important to bring your expertise and value to the table, whether that is your experience with the company itself, why you've chosen that company, why you're doing what you're doing, how you can use what the company offers to help people. So when they do need it down the line.
I think too, this question is a little deeper than whether or not you're selling anything. I think it's that people get nervous infiltrating groups of other people that are talking in networking situations. But I think, like, I had someone say to me, he said, how do you do this in these networking groups? Do you is it rude to just walk up? I'm like, no, that is expected in these situations. This is not a private party. You are expected to bust on in and say hi.
Sure.
So I think those are that, you know, in a world of where you feel like you need so much permission before you come in and everything, those are the acceptable. People they know that that's what you're there for. That's what the event is for. So come on in. Don't be shy. Come on over and say hi.
Exactly. Because networking done correctly is simply meeting people, making connections and sharing those connections. So, if you are attending a networking event, if you go to a networking event that feels closed off, it might just not be a place that's the right fit for you. But yes, if you go in ready to introduce yourself, you know, we've talked about this a lot, but you have about 30 seconds, to make people lean in and be interested in what you do. And who you are in your business. So think about that when you're coming in. You know, when you walk into a networking situation, don't just say, I own an internet radio platform, right? Instead, you would say something along the lines of, well, I provide a platform for people who need to get their business out there, entrepreneurs, independent artists, authors, people who need to share and be heard.
I'm your personal brand ambassador.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Shout it from the rooftops if you can help people.
Yeah, I'm going to read a couple of comments. Billy says the hot seat was a great experience. It helped me. We did that in our meeting last week. We had a hot seat session where people got some feedback, and then we got Alessandro. Alex says one of the best suggestions I got when I first started networking was exactly that. Everyone is here for the same reason.
See, he probably said something else wise too.
And give a voice to business leaders. Yes, you do. Sure do.
Yeah.
Yes. Here for the same reason, say hi, go forward and introduce yourself. So yeah,
absolutely. Exactly. And if you encounter someone who doesn't necessarily respond well, it's not you. Really, it's not you.
It's not.
They might be in the same position or they don't really understand what network is about. So give it another try.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to follow up
Go to somebody else.
Or like you said, if you go to that meeting and it feels kind of funny, give it another chance.
Yes.
To see, because sometimes the energy can be off. They might have found out that another member has gotten sick or something.
You don't know what's happening
within the group. So give it a chance, but also realize if it's not feeling right, don't force it. There's plenty of opportunities for networking, especially here in Southwest Missouri.
Yeah,
I have learned that there are a lot.
And that's something that's really unique about ING. Well, it's not as unique now, but when we started, we were one of the only networking groups that we were not networking exclusive.
Yeah.
We're industry exclusive, but we encourage our members to network in other groups.
Yeah. And I love that.
I do too.
Maybe it's the rebel in me, but if you tell me that I have these restrictions and it just gives me this, why, So it doesn't seem like the playground's open. Let's play nicely.
Well, I think, it's clearly a focus on, collaboration instead of competition.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with competition. Obviously, good, healthy competition, but really it's about collaboration. Yeah. And, so if I met somebody else who had an internet radio station platform, I would want to introduce them to you. Yeah. I would want to say, wow, my friend Trina does that. And boy, I bet you guys could really complement each other, help each other out, or bounce ideas off of each other, because I don't know what it's like to own that. Yeah. I can have an idea from talking to you, but it is all about collaboration. And what I found is when you have a collaborative mind, the doors that open are so tremendous. It is amazing to me the number of people that I've connected with, other coaches, just business people that I had no idea were out there.
Yeah.
And the chance to introduce them to collaborative partners. Yeah. I did have somebody ask me one time, well, what if somebody who did what you did came into your meeting and other people were referring that person? My response was, well, I would think a few things. The first thing I would think was, am I doing a good job of telling people what I do and who I am in my business? Yeah. I would also think to myself, if someone chose the other person, then that person wasn't my client. So I would not think, oh, I don't want the competition. That's not the first thing that comes to mind for me. So maybe I'm different.
That's okay. And that's good too. Let's go back to those students. So how did you sell them on Shakespeare?
So it was really super important to go back and talk about the history, but in a really fun way. Okay. For example, the jokes in Romeo and Juliet, and how the entertainment was established to entertain the least educated group of people to the aristocracy. And we talk a lot about really just fun things to know about the time period, not history memorizing dates and people, but more about, imagine living in a place where people were throwing their sewage out their windows into the street. Listen, they were freshmen. I
was going to say, that'll get their attention.
Imagine grabbing them. And then they all got to create their own swords because, you got to participate in the story. And then I talked about each of the characters and explained who they were. If it's been a while since you've seen Romeo and Juliet, the nurse is the funniest character. Oh. She's hysterical. But you don't know that unless somebody explains it to you, like some of the jokes. Yeah. So once I explained it to them, then the kids were really in character when they were reading, and it was really fun.
I love it. So what do you have going on with your business right now?
Well, I have a Perfect 30 workshop going on. It's a lunch and learn on Zoom, and it is designed to teach you how to say why you in 30 seconds or less.
Okay.
And instead of feeling like you're chasing people or, exhausting yourself with cold calls, you're getting people to lean in and listen. Mm-hmm. And so I'll be teaching that. That's a 2-part workshop on the 28th and August 4th.
July 28th
and August 4th at noon. I have 10 spots in that workshop.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have 10 spots available in that workshop. I try not to get more than 10 people on the Zoom because I like to make it personal and talk to each person. But it's a great place because you get ideas from other people as well. I really do it as a workshop format. Okay. So, and then I'm getting ready to roll out. I'm really excited about this. I've been trying to get my son to do some coaching business with me. He is a really good coach. And we've created a new workshop called Decoded, Communicating Across the Generations to be heard.
Yay.
Yeah. So I'm Gen X. He's Gen Z.
Okay.
And we talk about this a lot in my house because all 3 of my kids are Gen Z. My son-in-law, Gen Z. And my kids came home the other day. So we have friends that have kids that are the new Gen Alpha. Yeah. That's the next one, right? And so my daughters was cracking me up. We're complaining about communicating with this 8th grader that we know. Yeah. And they're like, so ridiculous, the things that she's saying. And I'm like, are you hearing yourself? And so, my kids have struggled a lot with finding jobs. The workplace environment as Gen Z. And I actually had a business owner approach me and say, I really like to hire people straight out of school. But she said, I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm too old, that I apparently am not communicating in a way that, that connects with them once I hire them. And she said, I would really love to learn more about it. And so, we've done our research and we've put it together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. My husband and I have a lot of conversations too about the workplace and just people, cause he's saying the same thing with his work environment. Mm-hmm. There are generations across the board and the communication's different. The eye contact's different. The verbiage is different. And then just things that we'll watch, on entertainment and just, we'll turn our heads and be like, are we just old? I mean, wait a minute, I don't get this. Or then we'll be on that side and be like, no, I do get it. What? This is because of the boomers. And it's
absolutely. And and some of it is so true. No, it's so true. I was just talking about Gen X. I feel like I can talk about it because I am. But I was just saying that I'm laughing at so many people my age in Gen X because they're doing, when I see them out on social media and stuff, they're doing the same things that our boomer parents did that drove us nuts. Yeah. And I call it to their attention, and every generation behaves the way it does because of the things surrounding it, right? So boomers were raised by parents coming out of World War II. Mm-hmm. And our adults in World War II, they're World War II babies. But there's such a big span in a generation. And then there are people like my husband who straddled boomer and Gen X. Mm-hmm. And it depends on the age of your parents. And I am right at the cusp of Gen X, but I have friends and family who are almost to millennial. Yeah. So it is a difference in communication. Yeah. And I don't think it has to be a divide.
No, it's just, like you said, it all comes down to understanding.
It does.
And that's something that when it doesn't happen immediately, your first response is, that's rude or that's stupid if you don't understand it from both sides. They're thinking that about us, but we have a reason for it and vice versa. So it's just like, let's get down to the root of what we're doing and try to find some common ground.
Find some common ground or know how to respond to something or understand how somebody's going to hear you. Mm-hmm. I think that's so important. My son is 27 and he was just talking about why Why do Gen Xers think that you have to call everybody?
Because that's all we had for a while.
Exactly. But that's what he said is, he was at work and he was supposed to contact this list of people to ask them something about the business. And so the person in charge said, did you do this? And he said, yeah, I texted them. And keeping in mind that most of the people that he was texting were closer to his age. And he said, they just thought that was just, they were aghast that he would text. But he got responses back.
Right.
After the person in charge had left multiple messages for the people.
Well, that is another topic too, because no, I don't want the phone call, but I also don't want this unsolicited text with all the scams going on. So you've got to be careful there. So there's all about finding that right communication spot for wherever you're coming from. If I know the person that I'm getting that text from, yes, text me. But if I don't, there's a chance. And if it's for something important business-wise, there's a real high chance if I don't recognize that number, I'm deleting and reporting.
So that comes back to messaging though. Yeah. Because if the person is really clear about who they are and how they know you, that changes it.
Yes, it does.
And so that does change it. So it's all about knowing your message, knowing the clarity of that, and really connecting with people.
Well, if he wants to come on and talk about that with you, I'd be interested in learning more. That could be very informational for everybody out there, because you've got to learn how to talk to people all ages. So yeah.
And then also super excited about this. I was chosen to be one of the speakers at the Blueprint for Women conference.
Congrats.
That's happening on September 17th. I believe that's right.
Okay.
That sounds right in my head.
Good.
Right at that time. So I'm really excited.
Good.
About that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good deal.
So lots of good things going on.
Good.
Exciting stuff. What's happening in your world?
I am still looking for people that want to get the word out about their business. If you want to come on the podcast and we can get you some clips that you can use to promote your brand, we can do that. If you want to do a whole series, we can do that too. And let me tell you, the media diet is changing. It is not like it used to be. People don't sit down and watch TV ads on end or even radio as much as they used to. I love radio, don't get me wrong, but it is changing the way we consume our media, our information, and how we get our word out to our audience. So if we can break down what you're doing for your clients in a way that they can understand why they need you, let's do it. Let's sit down and talk about it, because when they can see you having that conversation and explaining it, they connect with you.
Absolutely.
They feel like they know you, and then that gives them all the more reason to choose you.
I 100% agree with that. I think anything that you can do that educates and connects, that's where it's at right now.
Yeah. And it's also a way to have a natural conversation. We're just going to sit down and talk. It's not going to be something where you're in this, big spotlight camera and needing to read a script and be terrified. No, it's just going to be that conversation and explaining what you do and why you're passionate about it. And that will connect with people. And then you'll have those clips that you can use on social media, because we all know too that we all have a very limited short, attention span.
Right.
And so we can break those down where people can get an idea of what you do and find out how to go learn more about it. So it's a really good way to, change what you're doing, get your step up your digital game.
Absolutely.
And, just share your brand on a more intimate, personal level with your audience.
And I reuse those too, because, people miss them. And so I put them back out there again with say something about them and put them back out there again. So, it's so beneficial. And, when you start looking at the views and seeing how many views you're getting on things like that, it's really amazing. Even if people aren't commenting, they're seeing it. And so, if you have not talked to Trina about that, you just really need to go check it out. you can go to Run It Studios and you can find the podcast.
Yeah, you can click to wherever if you want Spotify, you can go there. YouTube's usually, that seems like it's really popular. People like just to go land on the YouTube page and you can watch the videos. You can listen to the podcast there too, any way you want. So I'm trying to make it easy for you.
Yeah. You can already see what's there and get a feel for what you want to do, because I think a lot of times people are interested.
Yeah.
But they think to themselves, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Well, Trina helps you with that. So if you don't know what to do or how to start, I am telling you, you show up.
Yeah.
She researches your business. She asks you questions. She knows what she's going to be talking to you about. You show up and you share your knowledge and expertise. That's it.
Yeah. A lot of people are interested in the podcast, but then they feel like, I've got to do it all. You don't have to. You know, using the example again of, the news outlets or the TV shows, the communities go to them. They don't start their own TV station. So, you know, go where we can help you. Let me help you. Let me do the heavy lifting.
Absolutely. I do. I let her do the heavy lifting. So you see the size difference here? I let Trina do all the technological heavy lifting. So you guys, I'm not joking. I show up here, everything's set up. I put my mic on, I sit down, we talk.
And then I go home and do all the hard work.
She does all the hard work. Yes.
Right. But that's what it's and
next
then it's
time she's going to have flour on her face.
Do you remember that
commercial?
Yeah. I loved that so much.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, so let's talk. Let's see how we can help get some more content for you for your business.
Yes, definitely.
Yep. I think that's all we have this week.
I think so too.
So it's been a good conversation. If you're watching and you're wanting to learn more about networking, again, inspiringnewgrowth.com. If you want to learn more about our chapters, if you want to come on and talk about your business too, we would love that so much. Talk about how networking has worked for you, what you'd like to see, all the things.
Well, I actually somebody really quickly just said, there was a post out there about networking organizations and a gentleman responded and said, they just take your money, And I was thinking to myself, that's really sad that that's what he's been exposed to, because it is the focus of ING to focus on its members and make it about the members and make sure that you know how to network properly so that you are getting more than what you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $100 a year.
And a portion of it goes to charity.
So it's $100 a year out of your pocket. That for marketing.
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere else you could get that deal.
Yeah, there are some that are thousands.
And so, and we work with you. We teach you. We introduce you. Like I said, I'm the education coordinator. It's my job. So if you're struggling, or you feel like it's not working for you, let's talk and we can change the way you're doing things.
Sounds good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. We're here for you. All right. We will see you next week. You can always find the rest of these videos. If you missed them, can't find them on Facebook, then head over to runitstudios.com and link over. Thanks so much for watching and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.